You and your boyfriend David are in the middle of a Costa Rican vacation. You spend the first few days in an honest-to-God treehouse, a 50-foot-high hotel room in a tree with its own plumbing and everything. To order room service, you have to call the front desk and lower a Swiss Family Robinson-style basket, which they fill with either beer or rum, depending on... you're not sure exactly. Then they ring the bell, and you pull it up and slide off the retractable roof and sleep under the stars. And man, is it nice. One day you decide to leave your little jungle paradise and head off on a 2-day whitewater rafting adventure. You're part of a large group, but in the raft it's just the two of you and a guide. You spend the day navigating some surprisingly hard rapids in an incredible tropical setting. Then you and the rest of the group prepare to spend the night in little jungle cabins under a billion stars, with no streets or cars or lights or any other sign of civilization except guaro, a drink made from fermented sugar cane that is approximately 175% alcohol. You and David are both good and guaroed when two of the guides, both darkly attractive, offer to take you to some nearby zip lines that are scheduled to be part of tomorrow's activities. You and David decide to accept the guide's offer and play hooky from camp. You're both very excited to climb up to the zipline platforms. One or both of you may or may not also be excited about the possibility that one or both of the darkly handsome guides could take things all crazy jungle sexual. The four of you walk off into the moonlit night and walk about half an hour, ending up at the edge of a hill. You climb up a flight of several steep steps to find yourself standing on a small but sturdy zipline platform about 20 feet off the ground. A 200-foot-high cliff juts out just below you, its edge precariously guarded by a set of abandoned railroad ties. The guides have brought blankets and pillows and candles. They proceed to get the platform very cozy and well lit. You're drinking guaro when the guides both pull out joints. Both light them up, both inhale, and both pass them to you and David. The rotational pattern established, each of the four of you spends the next 10 minutes either lighting a joint or enabling the person to your right. By the end of those 10 minutes, you are both as messed up as you've ever been in your life. Well, at least since college, David will later say. It's pitch dark except for the candlelight. You're all mellowly hanging out, telling stories, having a grand old time, when David stands up on the platform and says, "I'm gonna go take a leak." He turns, takes a casual step off the 20-foot platform, drops into the Costa Rican darkness, and vanishes. Disappears. Like a cartoon. Step, vanish. If squiggle lines indicating rapid downward motion appeared where he had just been standing, it would not surprise you. Silence. David is gone. Judge Crater gone. Amelia Earhart gone. Neither of the guides nor you hear any sound of landing, soft or hard. It seems as though he must have plummeted not only the 20 feet to the ground, but the 200 feet off the cliff just a few feet off to the side. It seems impossible that he is not dead. You are numb and petrified, for the first time in your life in a state of dread. You are sure he is dead. The guides are sure he is dead. You are also pretty sure that the guides are pretty sure they're both in deep shit. Panicked, stoned, and desperate, you run down the steps calling for him. And miraculously, against all laws of motion and thermodynamics, you find him. He has fallen onto the railroad ties at the edge of the cliff. He landed on his waist, hip, and knee, but is somehow almost totally uninjured. He lies there and goes through a bodily checklist and is delighted to learn he still has exactly as many of everything as he is supposed to. It seems physically impossible given the literal gravity of the situation. But the worst thing that's happened to him is he's lost a flip-flop. The lucky son of a bitch. In later years, the two of you will recollect this moment often, and the primal fear, in your case, and the horrible vertiginous feeling of falling through the air in the darkness from the canopy of a Central American jungle, in David's, will return. For a second or two, you were sure you'd lost him, and the dread of that moment was sufficient. You both agree it belongs solidly in the moments that brought you closer as a couple file. You also both agree the human body is better able to withstand 20-foot plummets onto railroad ties when that body is drunk and stoned out of its mind.